Hello and welcome back to Chubby Farm and of course to Stardew Valley. Let's get in to day 19 of fall. Greenhouse. I would like to go to Robin. I need to upgrade my watering can. I think that's it. I think that's most of the things I need to do today. Traveling merchant is in town. We have 5 crops ready to harvest and we have the bulletin board. Andy wants a green algae. I can absolutely do that. And Evelyn is here to look at our farm. Lovely walk out here. I haven't seen this old farm in a long time. It looks even better than I remember. Are you going to give me something? Yes. Gift from one gardener to another. That is our very first garden pot. Grow them. You can use them to grow crops of any season indoors. Talk to Demetrius. Thank you. Thank you. But also they look nice outside, but out here they can only house in season crops. Perfect. So that is the garden pot. That's another recipe that we needed. Fantastic. All right. Talk to Demetrius. I mean, there's so many things. We get the Mini-Obelisk from the wizard. Oh, that's a shame. I thought this gave us the monster musk. That's rough. Well, that is what it is. And Carolyn would like to buy a pumpkin from me. I can absolutely do that as well. All right, in decoration, we are going to throw the garden pot. Everything else can go away. Let's go ahead and deal with our normal chores. A couple more broccolis and deal with our animals. And then we'll get started with all the things that we need to do today. If someone could write me an actual list, that would be fantastic because I've already forgotten all of the things that I wanted to do today. And we get a new baby lizard, which means I need to bring up my wheel of names. This is something that I haven't quite decided yet. What tier on Twitch should be included on the wheel of names? I feel like potentially like tier 2 subs could go on this wheel. Just because, you know, we have Golden Panda members, which is like tier 3 on YouTube on this wheel. So this is your last chance for right now to be this lizard. If you guys would like to join as a Golden Panda member or a tier 2 sub on Twitch, go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, forever hold your peace. And we will go ahead and name this lizard. So for starters, its name is Rappy, but we will spin the wheel. And this is going to be Apache 6467. Apache, if I can spell. Oh my goodness. Apache 6467. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and hide the wheel of names, remove them from the list, and we'll go ahead and continue dealing with our animals. Is this coop full now? It's gotta be getting close, right? Make sure I actually put my eggs in before I forget. And perfect. All right, let's go to the barn and deal with that as well. We also have an additional truffle. I love the mod that puts this little bubble over the top of them. It's one of my favorite mods in the whole world. Just makes it so much easier to deal with and find them without having to like dig through long grass. Watering can, starfruit. Gotcha. Anything else? I feel like there was more than that. We'll figure it out. I'm sure I'll forget something, but that's okay. Alright, we have 2 more legend row. Amazing. And those don't get harvested yet. That's fine. We can wait on that. We don't have to do our trees. Yep, we don't have to do any of that, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and do a quick queue to get rid of everything. Throw that in there, throw that in there. I think we're keeping more broccoli than we need. Let me just have a look. Yeah, we have 11 broccoli in here plus 9. I actually have a spreadsheet here that tells me how many I need. In terms of broccoli, I only need 2. So let's get rid of that. Actually, let's put those back in there. We'll leave 3 just in case, and we'll sell the rest. I think that'll be okay. We also have a couple more things in here that we probably don't need, but that's okay. It's better to have more than not enough. All right, they can go in there. Legend row can go ahead and start being processed. We should have enough here to get that done. Perfect. And let's have a look. Calendar, nothing there. Demetrius and something with gold bars, also house upgrade. Yes. What does the house upgrade require? Let me just quickly have a look because I don't want to get there and realize that I don't have the things that I need. I know that I could buy the phone and figure it out, but you know, it's just easier not to. All right, so we need 65,000 gold, which we have, and 100 hardwood. That should be doable. We should have plenty of hardwood available to us. We have 300 and something. Let's go ahead and get 100 of those out. That is for Robin. All right, if we have a look at our quests, carving pumpkins. Caroline wants a pumpkin. We should have a pumpkin available for her. If we grab out a pumpkin there, that is for Caroline. Carp. Andy wants a green algae, so we'll grab that out as well. Should have plenty of those. And that should be everything there. All right, start off with, let's head over to the traveling merchant cart. Then we'll run down to Andy, and then we'll figure it out from there. That should be great. Should be fine. Oh, and we also have the raccoons. Let's go ahead and see what this is. Okay, they want 100 pieces of hardwood to fix up the stump. I happen to have that because of Robin, so let's use it here, and then we'll run back up to the farm, grab that on our way back. So we need to wait for them to move in. That'll be fine. Perfect. That actually worked out very, very nicely. And look at that. We have a Nautilus shell. I'm absolutely buying that 100%. I want to get that done as soon as possible. So we might even run by the community center on the way as well. All right, let's go see Andy next. Prize tickets, you will have 3 after Demetrius. Demetrius actually won't give me a prize ticket for this because we had 2 quests available at the same time. We gave Shane the cave carrot. That gave us the prize ticket. If we have a look here, this will give us our first star. But I might go ahead and grab that prize ticket anyway, since we are heading back to the farm. I don't think the star drop tea is next, but it shouldn't be too far off. I think there still might be another 2 rewards before we get to that point. All right. Andy is in his kitchen, and what did Andy want? Green algae. Absolutely. There you go. Perfect. Delivery, Andy. Now we have 1 star, so we'll get the 2nd star with Demetrius, and that'll be fine. We're still looking for hazelnuts too, so if you see hazelnuts, and you guys didn't remind me, but I remembered myself, we have another mastery level we can spend. And the question is, what do we want? Do we want mining for the heavy furnace and the statue of the Dwarf King? Should have 2 tickets and the star drop tea as the 2nd reward. Is it really? Well, that's fantastic. Gem-bearing rocks now grant twice the gems, or do we want the anvil, which will give us trinkets, which will allow us to get the fairy, which means we don't have to heal as much. That is the main reason for that. Or we could get that. I don't really care about that as much. The fishing mastery is kind of nice as well, but yeah, I think I want... Oh, I don't know. I think I want trinkets. Too late. It's already done. Alright. Now, that done, we should go back up to the farm, grab our prize tickets, because we will also have 1 for completing the ectoplasm quest as well, right? Yeah, let's grab our prize tickets. Anything we need for the community center, and then we'll head into town. And we need to grab hardwood as well. Don't forget the hardwood. That can go ahead and get sold. We will grab out another 100 hardwood. We're going to have to farm some of that up at some point too. We do have a little bit of a maple, of a mahogany farm over on the left, so I should probably do that, but yeah, we'll get there. And then anything that we need for... Oh, we have 2 prize tickets in there. I didn't realize that. That's nice. Anything we need for... Age Legend Road doesn't need to be in there. Okay, we don't have anything else for the community center, so that's fine. Alright. We should have everything we need. I hope. Let's just run across. Because we need to see Jody anyway. Right, and Jody should, in theory, be in her house. Perfect. There she is. You wanted... What did you want? Bring Caroline a pumpkin. Okay. I almost gave a pumpkin to the very wrong person. Caroline is in Pierre's. Perfect. We get a little cutscene. No, I don't like this. No, this isn't the cutscene I don't like. This cutscene's actually kind of cute. It's basically just all of the farmers in Pierre's buying stuff. Everyone praising Pierre, even though Pierre himself, questionable. But better than Jojamart, right? Better than Jojamart. Alright, Caroline is in her room. Do we have enough hearts to actually get in there? Yes, yes we do. Alright, I will give you your pumpkin. Perfect. That is that done. Let's go ahead and head over to Clint's next. So many things to do today. My goodness. I probably should have gone... Oh no, that's fine. We don't need to see Demetrius before we do the prize ticket, so let's grab that prize ticket, and this should give us a star drop tea, which we may go ahead and give... No, there's no star drop tea in here. You lied to me. We will get the friendship book though. Which is going to be nice. We get some saplings, and we get the friendship book. You lied. I can't believe you would lie to me like that. Alright, and then the fish smoker is over there, which we don't really need, but, you know, it's good. We become friends with people a little bit faster. I will absolutely go ahead and read that instantly. That'll be very nice to have. And then we can go ahead and see Clint. Turn in our watering can. Or our hoe, whichever one we prefer, really. But I think I will go ahead and do the watering can, just because... I think you got the tea in the last episode. Yeah, I did. But I thought there might have been another one. Let's do watering can for 10,000 gold, and I'll probably do the hoe up to gold next. Alright, next stop is the community center. And we'll turn in that Nautilus shell. Then we'll head up to Demetrius and Robin. Unless Demetrius is in town. No, he's at Robin's. That's fine. You can head up there. Perfect. Still looking for hazelnuts too, if you happen to see anything. Alright, Nautilus shell can go in. Field research, Nautilus shell done. Gives us a recycling machine. And the only thing we're waiting for is a duck feather. And then that should be complete. Fantastic. We're getting there. We're getting closer. Alright. Up to Robin's, get the house upgrade, talk to Demetrius. And then I might go up and talk to Marlon as well. See if we can't get that up to 5 hearts sooner rather than later. Alright, hello. I would like you to upgrade my house, please. 65,000 gold and 100 pieces of hardwood. Go ahead and get started on that. I almost left without talking to Demetrius, but we did do it. And that did complete even though we didn't have the carp in our inventory, which I'm very glad about. Alright, we may as well talk to everyone here since we are around. I'll even talk to Robin. Just because we now have that friendship book, talking to people is a little bit more valuable. And then we'll head up and talk to Marlon. I think that's all I needed to do today, apart from heading to the desert and grabbing myself some starfruit seeds. What are we at now? We're at 75 to the next level. What does this get us to? That gets us to 53. Okay, so like 2.5 more days of doing that, or we could just wait until we can give him a present. Either or. Alright, with that, let's head back home. Grab ourselves a... Well, we could probably just go straight from the bus stop, right? That makes sense. Costs 500 gold, but we really aren't running low on money at the moment, so I'm happy to do that. Give Pam a little bit of coin. She probably needs it. Buy all that beer. Alright, we are here. Let's go up to Sandy. And it was 192 starfruit seeds. I hope I have the money for this. I do not. Well, we've got 110. Maybe I'll just plant part of the greenhouse for now. Got confused with the book. That's alright. I forgive you. Yeah, we're out of cash. There's probably a whole bunch of stuff we could sell back at the farm. If I'm being completely honest, like a whole bunch of iridium bars or something. Which may be worth doing. And while we're here, I will run into this back room and grab another statue of Endless Fortune for the geodes, right? It just seems to make sense. While we're here, don't go out of our way to get them, but, you know, they're nice to have. And another additional 20 warp totems to the farm. That's basically our return scepter, which we will use immediately. Perfect. I have 9 starfruit seeds in one of my chests. Not quite enough to get the the greenhouse all filled out, but you know, we're close. And then in here, I think it will throw. Do I have a machine chest? Not really. I guess I can just live in here. That I don't need. That I don't need. That I don't need. Let's go ahead and sell all of those. Sell that. Endless fortune. I'm gonna put inside before I forget, because you know me. I can live there for the moment. And then let's have a look in our mining chest and see how we're doing. We have 33 iridium bars. That's $33,000. We also have 14 prismatic shards, which is amazing. We still haven't donated one of them to the museum yet, so we should probably go ahead and do that. Yeah. Do we want to sell some iridium bars? I mean, we have plenty of iridium. Let's just leave 5 on us. I will go ahead and smelt some more up, because we can. And then I think tomorrow we might go ahead and do another Skull Caverns run, just because I would like to start collecting some trinkets. Right? That seems like it would be a good idea. Yeah, we have 2 levels of mastery. Okay. Let's head over to Clint's. Let's grab out our artifact troves, our mystery boxes, our frozen geodes. I'm going to leave the omni geodes there because I want to change them into artifact troves. And we'll head over to Clint's, sell some of our iridium, process those up, and then possibly head back to the desert to buy the rest of our starfruit seeds. Which I should probably grab out so that I know how many I have. And I'll also grab out a warp totem to the desert. I'm actually considering, what if I just left these in my inventory? So that I always have them and I don't have to worry about it. Fishing carp is done. Alright. Over to Clint's. He technically shuts at 4. I think. So we might actually not be able to do this. But we'll see. I think he's still in his shop though. Oh no, he's still behind the counter. Perfect. Alright, I would like to... I was going to say, why is that even an option? I'd like to process geodes. No, I would like to go to your shop and sell you 28 iridium bars for a decent amount of money. Process geodes, artifact troves, get those done. Get another treasure appraisal guide. And open up the rest of those. I don't know if any of these actually need to go to Gunther. Wow, 2 treasure appraisal guides. Can we sell them, like trade them in at the bookshop? I don't think so. I don't think they do anything. We have a golden relic that we can hand in. And that's about it. Oh no, golden mask as well as a prismatic shard. Okay, so there's a couple things we can hand into the museum. Not too bad. I will take it. Some of those things should be worth a decent amount of money as well, now that we have the treasure appraisal guide. So, can't complain. Alright, that is done. Yeah, these are worth like a decent amount of money each. Like all of this stuff is worth a decent amount of money. So I'm actually going to head back to Clint's before 5. See if I can't sell him any of those things. And then we'll head back to the desert. I can sell him the ghost crystal, esperite, and that's it. Okay. With that, let's head back to the desert. Grab the rest of our starfruit seeds for the greenhouse. And get that all set up and planted. Alright, so we currently have 119. That is 120. Let's go for 150 to start. That would be enough for Grandpa's shed. We need 192. So that's 175, 180, 185, 190. Ah, so close. We're missing 3. We're really missing 3. That's rough. That makes me so sad. Okay, well I might plant them tomorrow because I just can't live with that. No, I can probably live with that. I don't really go into the greenhouse unless I'm harvesting them, so I think that'll be fine. Alright, let's warp home and get our greenhouse started. Seed maker? I don't have any starfruit laying around, so I can't use the seed maker for those. Unfortunately, they're all in my cakes. But that's okay. Alright. Get that all in there. Let's go ahead and sell all of these artifacts that we don't need. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get that. Treasure appraisal guide, I'm pretty sure we can't use. So that's okay. Alright. That'll do. We needed a couple more iridium sprinklers as well. We had 4, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Apparently that's all we can do because we have no more iridium bars because I just sold all of them, but I kept the perfect amount apparently. So I'm pretty happy with that. I will take that as a win, 100%. I'm also going to move my hoe over here because I actually use it more than I think I do. And we'll set this up, get all these planted. I'm pretty sure I have enough sprinklers, right? All right, now none of this will get watered today, but that is okay. Let's start over here and just slowly work on hoeing this entire thing. Ah, I'm facing the wrong way. I hate when that happens. Alright, that is all hoed up. Let's plant our starfruit. That is going to be a little bit sad because we are missing 3. And go from there. Kegs, all the kegs. I mean, I know kegs are better. They're just so slow. They're just so slow. Alright, 3 missing, but that's okay. We'll survive. We'll just pretend that they don't exist. They aren't watered, but they will get watered tomorrow, and that'll be fine. I think that was everything I wanted to do today. Let's fill up our kegs with a little bit more coffee. Get that going. And how are we doing on keg materials, is my question. 3 coffees make a triple espresso, calculated. I mean, yeah. We are making triple shot espresso. I'm just storing the coffee in a chest for the moment and dealing with it once we sort of run out of triple shot espresso. It's fine. We can currently make 17, and that is actually limited by our wood situation. We have 33 oak resin available, so we should potentially consider doing that sooner rather than later. In terms of preserves jars, we should also make mushroom logs at some point too. Hardwood and moss. I just don't want to do that yet because I want to make the statue of blessings or whatever it's called. And that requires 333 moss. So I don't want to use all my moss on mushroom logs and then be sad about it later on. Preserves jars, we are basically good. I think the only thing limiting us there is wood. So yeah, I think I will go ahead and do kegs. But that's going to require cutting down some more trees. And speaking of trees, we should probably go ahead and clear out our mahogany situation at some point too. Do we have any more mahogany seeds anywhere? Yes, we have a whole bunch. Let me get those and get that started. We'll have 3 spots in the greenhouse for that triple espresso. Yeah, no. Having coffee up there and down the bottom right would actually drive me insane. That sounds worse than the situation I've got now. Also, why are these taking so long to grow? Mahogany takes so damn long. But we'll plant up a bunch more because, you know, we'll eventually need the hardwood. And I think that's a good plan. Since we have the seeds, we may as well go ahead and plant them. And that was a path. Perfect. Get that path back in. Hopefully get another mahogany seed and put that down there. I know I could use tree fertilizer on this, but I just couldn't be bothered. And yeah, that should pretty much do it for today. Oh, I wasn't referring to your comment. I just said that, and then I noticed that you commented it. Yeah. Tree fertilizer, well, firstly, actually, speaking of tree fertilizer, I can't because I need more fiber for the statue, and I don't have the fiber seed recipe yet. So using tree fertilizer would actually be a bad thing. We do, however, have some, so I'll take all of that back. Let's go ahead and put this on. But I'm not going to make more because of the tree fiber thing. And I'm only going to do it on the empty seeds because they're so much easier to fertilize than anything else. Alright, did we make decent money today? We made okay money. Around 20 grand. Not too bad. We are still in need of a good money making method. And I think honestly starfruit is going to be that. I think that's what our main money making method is going to be. Daily bulletin board. Demetrius wants 4 red snapper. Red snapper is in fall, right? Sorry, caps. Yeah, 6 to 7 fall, summer, and winter by the beach when it's raining. It is not raining in time, so we can't actually do that. Unless we have red snapper in here, which we might, but we actually need to catch them, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and throw that in there and get on with our daily chores. And it is the day that we harvest our birch tree and our maple trees, so keep that in mind. There is a dinosaur egg. We will absolutely be selling that rather than putting that in the mayonnaise machine, because with the treasure appraisal guide, it sells for more. That just means we have to be careful while we're doing this not to miss, and thankfully we don't. Perfect. We also get our very first crimson row, which I have no idea how much it sells for. I have no idea how much it sells for once it's preserved, but I wanted to find out, so that is why we are doing that. Grab out our milk, throw that in, just like so. One more, and that is our animals done for the day. All right, Crimson Row, what do you look like? You sell for $7.80 on your own, not too bad. And then I don't know how much the Age Row sells for yet, but that's fine. And we need to harvest these guys up as well. Perfect. They are all in sync now, which makes me very, very happy. And yeah, we should be good. One day until the watering can is upgraded. I think today I want to go into Skull Caverns, even though it says we should stay home today. Should I just do it tomorrow? I mean, I don't really have anything else I wanted to do today anyway, so maybe we do both. We'll see. We'll see how we go. I think I will do it today though. Let's go ahead and throw all of that in there. Grab our row, and we actually need an additional preserves jar in order to be able to do that. So let's grab one of those out and start filling this out a little bit. There is another aged crimson fish row. Perfect. All right, with nothing else on the list, let's go ahead and get our inventory sorted for Skull Caverns. Drop off that, and that. Grab out our Master Slingshot, our Mega Bombs, our normal bombs, Lucky Ring, Spicy Eel, Rubies. I'm going to take the diamonds as well. We probably don't need to take the diamonds. We should probably start saving those. And I'll take my 2 staircases just in case we need them. Lucky Ring is going to get swapped out. Throw the burglar ring back in there. Coffee can go away for the moment. We don't necessarily need that. And then cheese can go there, and that can go there, and that should be everything we need. I think I will also throw out the warp totems that I don't need right now, and that should be fine. Got a lot of Omni Geodes. Do I? I do too. Alright, we'll take those as well. Change them into artifact troves. And let's go to... Let's just quickly, before I do that, let's check on our bomb situation. I would like some more Mega Bombs, please. I would also like a little bit more explosive ammo. Let's go for 125. That should keep us out of trouble. And then we can go ahead and warp to the desert. Alright, first step is first. Let's go ahead and eat ourselves a spicy eel, drink ourselves a triple shot espresso, and see the trader to grab ourselves both artifact troves. I probably should buy some more desert warp totems at some point too, but we'll also grab a whole bunch of spicy eel with our rubies. Alright, that is 18 artifact troves. That's actually probably worth a decent amount of money once we break them open with Clint. And now we can go ahead and head into the mines. And let's see how lucky we get today, even though we have... Maybe we should stay home today. First thing we see is a diamond, so honestly, it can't be that bad, right? It can't be that bad. There is a shaft already, so 8 levels. I'll take it. What we're really looking for is trinkets today. The interesting thing about the infested minecart level is there is always a staircase at the end, so you don't actually have to fight the enemies if you don't want to. You can just run past them, which I always found a little bit funny. Look, this run is not going nearly as well as the other one, but it's honestly still not bad. Considering we have bad luck today, I think we're doing alright. We're making decent progress. Obviously, I would like more trinkets. I still don't think I have a single one, but we're still getting good resources, so I'll still take it. Alright, we're getting into the levels where we actually get iridium now, so hopefully that also increases our chances of getting trinkets. I don't 100% know that it does, but, you know, you never know. My one bit of advice for you guys, if you are trying to get nice and low in the mines, is don't collect loot. If you want to get as low as you possibly can, just try and find a ladder, beeline for it immediately, and you'll make much quicker progress. Also, try and just run around the enemies rather than killing them, because that takes up so much of your time. Another little fun fact, your time runs slower in Skull Caverns. The days are just a little bit longer, like by a decent amount too. Fell 2 levels down to floor 100. In case you weren't aware, you don't have to worry about whether or not you take a shaft down when you're closing in on level 100. You will always end up on level 100. I've never overshot it with a shaft, so I'm pretty sure that is accurate information. I think the minimum level most of the time for a shaft is 3 levels, but we just got 2 and it took us down to level 100. So yeah, don't worry too much about taking shafts down if you are close to level 100. I used to think that I would miss level 100 if I took a shaft, but I don't believe that is the case. I think you can even get a 1 level drop on a shaft if you are on floor 99, so. It is 1:40 AM. I was about to eat this eel, but instead I'm just going to go down the floor, walk back to the farm. 1:17 on the day, not too bad, not too bad, and I think we got some decent loot. 2 emeralds, 4 rubies, 3 jade. Where is all of the other stuff? 2 iridium sprinklers from one of those treasure rooms, not too bad. 2 prismatic shards and 217 iridium ore. So yeah, really can't complain, but we definitely need to just run directly inside here. Otherwise we will pass out in front of our farm, and I don't want to do that. And we pass out right next to our bed, as per usual. And 3,720 gold on the day. Let's get into the very final day of the quote-unquote episode. We will, of course, start the day with the Queen of Sauce and learn to cook glazed yams. Sounds absolutely delicious. We'll grab our artifact troves. That is 21 in total now. We'll do a quick queue to clean up our inventory. A couple of our geodes can end up in there. Have a couple of decorative items. In terms of our sprinklers, they can probably go... Can I access this chest from here? No, of course I can't. I have to go around. That's the annoying thing about having this set up the way it is. I'm going to throw the 2 iridium sprinklers in there because we don't really need them. But at the same time, I don't want to get rid of them because I feel like they will come in handy later on. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. The mystery box can end up in there. Diamonds can end up back in there. I'm actually going to take them out and move them to my mining chest at this point because I'm no longer using them for the triple shot espressos, right? We're making those ourselves. Cave carrots should have automatically gone in there. I'm not 100% sure why they didn't. Probably because I actually have them locked. So I want to unlock those so that they get automatically sorted. Cave carrots can now go in there. And energy tonic can be sold. Rusty spoon can be sold. And we'll grab all of our things out. Did I say I wanted to do Skull Caverns 2 days in a row? I did. It's also Robin's birthday gold watering can from Clint. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. So I will go ahead and throw away all of my Skull Cavern related items. The life elixir can go away, and then we can just sort out our inventory, get our tools back out, and go from there, getting on with our daily chores and such. I'm going to keep the lucky ring on for now. I don't know how much it makes a difference for other day-to-day tasks, but I'm going to keep it on, just to change it up a little bit. Let's go like something like that, and I will also grab out the remaining warp totems in case I want to warp anywhere. We will grab out some more iridium and coal, get that smelting up, sort out all of our machines. We have some more legendary row that has been aged, which is always nice to see. My coffee is still away as well. I don't really care about the coffee at the moment. We'll just leave them to sit for a bit. I'll harvest it, but I won't worry about refilling them. I don't think it's worth it. We still have plenty. Let's get all of those put away. Sell our aged legend row and start harvesting our crops. Huge broccoli harvest today, which is nice. They all seem to sync up at the end of the season. Not 100% sure how that happened, but that's okay. I will absolutely take it. We have a little bit more oak resin, so that is going to be more kegs. I might even go ahead and do another tree chopping day today because we are in the need of kegs and wood is really our limiting factor. Now we could buy the wood from Robin, but it's so quick to harvest that I'm just not going to worry about it. And we also get our first duck feather, which is going to mean the bulletin board can be completed, which is going to mean we're going to gain a whole bunch of friendship with everyone in town, and that will be lovely. That should even bring Marlin up to 5 stars, and we don't have to worry about trying to make friends with him as much as we were before. And we get more crimson row, which is lovely. I'm really curious to see how much that sells for aged, because if it's anything like the legend row, I will be very, very happy. I'll put that in there just so that my inventory is organized when I pull it all back out again. Get those done. Farm cave is ready. Traveling merchant is ready. Crimson row is ready. Grab that. There is a whole bunch of oak resin available to harvest, so we'll grab all of that. Alright, with all of that collected, let's have a look here. Clint wants an eel. Where do we get eels from? Raining. Probably not. Sorry. If it's a raining fish, I'm not going to give it to you. You just have to find one yourself. I apologize. That is how it is. Alright, get all of that done. Throw everything else in there. We do have a couple of preserves jars ready, so we can just go ahead and drop them in. Duck feather is going to stay in my inventory because I would like to finish that today. Robin is still working. Gold watering can is finished. We don't quite have enough money to upgrade one of our tools to iridium, but if we just take, 10 iridium, sell 5 of them, we should have enough for that. And then we just need to head down to Traveling Merchant. It is also Robin's birthday, which is very convenient because she is right here. Goat's cheese, but we should have some goat's cheese somewhere. Yeah, there's goat's cheese there. It's not of the best quality though. So what else do you like, Robin? Pearl, prismatic shard, and rabbit's foot. Let's just give you a prismatic shard for now. Since we have 15 of them, I think we can spare one. There you go. There is your birthday present. We are now up to 6 hearts with Robin. Fantastic. Alright, next stop is the Traveling Merchant. I will just say that. There is a singular starfruit in there. Do I care? Absolutely not. Alright, nothing I want there. Let's go ahead and head to Clint's. Right, that makes the most sense to me. Get our watering can and or hoe upgraded. Probably the hoe at this point, because that is raccoons. Were the raccoons there? Thank you. Thank you for paying attention to the stream. What do they want? Hello, raccoons. I always forget they exist. Hello. Need fish. What do you want? You need 5 mussels and a smoked midnight carp. We might have some mussels, but I'll probably have to find more. At this point, I should probably go ahead and actually set up some crab pots on the beach. So, in lieu of that, let's go ahead and find where the crab pot recipe is. We can make 5. That is mostly because we are lacking iron. Okay, that's fine. 5 should be enough for now. And we should, in theory, have a whole bunch of bait that I will just leave in my inventory for when we do crab pots, right? And we can head down to the ocean. We don't go down there very often, but when we do, we can do that. It is also Sunday, which is kind of annoying. I wish we'd done this yesterday. That way there would have been more loot on the beach for us to forage, but these things happen. All right, We have our gold watering can back. Let's go ahead and shop. Sell half of our iridium bars to Clint. Upgrade tools, and I am going to go for... Oh, our hoe isn't gold yet. Okay. Well, let's go for the iridium watering can then. Because we don't have any gold on us, and that'll be fine. Since we now have this bait on us, we can also go ahead and redo these crab pots. And then we'll head down to the ocean, find as many mussels as we can. That'll be very easy once we unlock Ginger Island, because there are like mussel nodes down there. But maybe we can find 5 before then, and that would be nice. In saying that, there really isn't a lot here. Alright, crab pots, let's just go ahead and place them down in a row, like so. Get those all filled up. And we'll check over here, but I doubt that we'll find, yeah, no, not a single mussel to be seen. Smoked midnight carp. When is midnight carp around? Midnight carp is fall in the mountains between 10 PM and 2 AM. Okay, we can probably do that tonight. Alright, back at the farm we have... Okay, I should probably go ahead and get the upgraded chests. Okay, we have 2 mussels in here, and that's it. So we need 3 more mussels in order to be able to do that. I am not seeing a midnight carp immediately. Doesn't mean we don't have one. We do have one. Alright, that midnight carp could go in our fish smoker. We just need a singular piece of coal. And I'm going to leave this in my fish smoker just to remind me that I still need mussels. Right? That's my general plan. That can go in there. Switch that over. And I meant to go to the community center, but I completely forgot. So let's head over there now. And this should be the very last thing we need for this entire bundle. Bundle complete. That will give us another seed maker and trigger the cutscene where that finishes. That should give us friendship with a whole bunch of different people. We could, in theory, still go up to Marlin and give him the slime egg, but I don't think we need to at this point. I might anyway, just because we need to keep increasing friendship with people, but I don't think it's 100% necessary, right? Let's just walk back to the farm, grab our slime egg, throw this seed maker away, and go from there. And then I think we will just go down to Cindersap Forest for the day and cut a whole bunch of trees. We grab our slime egg that I didn't put in there. Where did I put my slime egg? Did I sell it? I might have sold it. I might have sold it. What else does Marlin like? Marlin also likes pearls, prismatic shards, and rabbit's feet. Okay. Well, you can have a prismatic shard then, and that'll be fine. My bad. It might be in a chest somewhere, but it's not where I expected it to be, so we're ignoring it for now. Let's go up to the mines, head down, see Marlin, and finally get 5 stars with him, 5 hearts with him, which should eventually trigger the cutscene for the sewers. Yeah, we are now at 5 hearts. Fantastic. That's a different cutscene. That's not the cutscene we need, I don't think. Is it? Yeah, it is. Actually, it might be. Oh, 100%. Perfect. I didn't realize we'd get it straight away. All right. That's cool. I'm happy with that. Let's head into town. Show me how to get into the sewers, please. Yeah, go ahead and unlock it, and then give me the key. And now we get to meet Krobus. Hello. I would love to meet you too. Ah, fantastic. That gives us another star fruit, star drop, but we actually can't afford it yet, I don't think. It's one of the bought ones, which is, you know, it is what it is. That'll be fine. We'll get it eventually once we have a little bit more cash. But unlocking the sewers is fantastic. I particularly want to get in here so that we can farm up some more fiber. It really took me all over town, hey? And we get a key to the sewers. We will have to stop by there and just talk to Krobus, because we just have to, right? It's like, there's no choice. We unlocked it, we have to go and see it. Bus stop is not where I want it. Actually, that might be closer. Town might have been slightly closer, but I think they're around about the same, so we're just going to run over. We only have $3,000, so we can't really buy too much here, if anything at all, but at least it's unlocked now, which is all I really wanted. Perfect. And that does also unlock a couple of new fish, including a legendary fish that we can catch down here. And the Stardew Valley Expanded adds another fish in here that is very, very, very lucrative. Alright, and the sewers are unlocked. I also don't have $10,000 to change my profession, which is a little bit annoying. We can buy Batwing, Solar Essence, and Void Essence here. Star Drop is 20,000. Crystal Floor Recipe, Wicked Statue, Wizard Catalog, Return Scepter for 2 million, Void Salmon Sushi. But the real reason I wanted to come down here is because of this, right? I want to change my profession for 10,000 gold. So we have to make some money, and I would also like to get in here, but I believe we need to make friends with the wizard before we do that. If I can find him in the list. And we currently have no points with the wizard, so we should probably go ahead and give them some kind of gift at some point. Solar Essence, Void Essence, Rabbit's Feet, Purple Mushrooms, Prismatic Shards, Pearl, all of the things. We can make friends with the wizard relatively quickly, especially because we can get iridium quality things that he does like. But for now, let's go ahead and just cut down a whole bunch of trees, because we need wood for cakes, right? We'll need wood for a whole bunch of things. Once we get the house upgraded again, we'll need a whole bunch of wood for casks as well. But that's okay. We'll get there slowly but surely. We are making decent progress on perfection. We've got a decent amount of the things we need in order to like ship and stuff. There's of course some things that we're missing that we can't get until year 2, but that's okay. That's okay. I also don't want to buy very many waivers if I can avoid it. We might have to buy some because, you know, we're not making friends with Morris before we're completing the community center, things like that. I don't know if that completely affects it or not. I haven't looked into it super hard, but if there's things that we can't do at the very end that are actually impossible for us to do, we will buy waivers. Otherwise, I'm going to avoid them as much as possible. That is a good question though. Who do you guys normally marry in your Stardew Valley playthroughs? I'm curious. Whether that be Stardew Valley Expanded or Vanilla or any of the other mods you guys might play with. I would love to know who your partner of choice is. Married Emily? Kind of feel like I ruined her life because she just stands there. Yeah. It is a little bit rough. It's a common complaint about Stardew, right? Once you marry someone, they sort of lose their life. They lose their character. They no longer do the things that they used to do. It's sort of a little bit sad. It is way too late for me to be running around. It's 1:50. I'm not going to make it inside, am I? I might get very, very close if I drink a coffee. Can we get inside, or did I just run out of time? Come on. Oh, so close. And with that note, passing out on the very last day of the quote-unquote episode, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been the first live trial of Stardew Valley. I hope it works out. I hope you guys enjoy the edited video. Yeah. Leave me any feedback, comments, and suggestions you have in the comments down below. Let me know in the chat what you thought. I'll probably hang around in chat a little bit longer, but for those of you in the YouTube channel, I appreciate you. With all that being said, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the things for engagement and stuff. Join as a Golden Panda member if you would like to your name in the game. But until next time, happy building, happy farming. Bye, guys.